I want to get your thoughts on a potential fight that was announced by Conor McGregor against Manny Pacquiao. I can't imagine that this one goes very long. I think that is just my opinion on the Mayweather McGregor fight. I thought Mayweather almost carried him for 9 rounds until he decided to pick it up and then just got him out of there. But I can't imagine Pacquiao coming out as defensive or as focused on counterpunching as Floyd. But I don't know. This fight, it's almost like a sideshow to me at this point. But wanted to get your thoughts on that one, Pacquiao and McGregor.
Yeah, no, listen. I didn't even know you were going to bring it up, but it's in our domain. It's in our region. And it's out there. We want to try to cover everything for you guys. For you guys. So, first of all, I disagree with you on one thing. Floyd didn't carry McGregor. McGregor earned the right to get credit for his performance, but there's a couple reasons, a couple things at play here that made it happen. One, Floyd was 40 years old. That's number one. He'd been inactive for 2 years, right? 2.5 years going into that fight. And, so that's number one. That alone is going to compromise a fighter. That's going to have its effect, okay? So again, inactive, 40 years old, and Floyd's a counterpuncher. That's how he made his living. That's how he got to 50-0. That's how he became Floyd Money Mayweather. He's a counterpuncher. He don't go after you for the most part. That's not his forte. That's not his thing. That's like we talked about house painters before. That's like asking your house painter to do your to put up cabinets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He paints.
Yeah.
And if he's honest, he's going to tell you, I don't put cabinets up. Ken?
Yeah.
I paint. Because if I put them up, they might be crooked. So Floyd was forced because Conor wasn't going to engage with him, and Conor was going to use his length, which he did in his southpaw stance, and box on the outside. And he did a good. Give him all the credit in the world to Conor. Smart. He's a smart promoter. He's smart there. You can't be one and then not the other. You're smart or you're not smart. He's smart. He knows how to make money. He knows what to do. He's a hell of a promoter. Like Floyd and like Muhammad Ali. This guy, he's extraordinary. And that's why he made so much money. He was able to sell this, put himself in that spot, and get people to come and believe. So he gave himself his best chance, McGregor, by understanding geography again, that he needed to be on the outside. He was longer. He was a southpaw. He was going to box on the outside, try to get rounds. Try to survive. Try to see what happened if he could get into the fight longer. And that's what he did. And he was allowed to do it because of the age, because of the amount of time that Floyd been off. And, or at least it helped him. He deserves credit for doing it. But it helped him because Floyd ain't going to go get you. Floyd is not designed that way. So it took a while for Floyd to really realize, I better go get this guy, because I was at that fight doing it for SportsCenter. And I have no problem saying I had McGregor. A lot of boxing guys will love me even more for this. I had McGregor winning. He was winning the fight early. You had it any other way, I don't think you're being honest.
Yeah.
He was winning. But you knew he was winning the battle. He was going to lose the war. It was that kind of situation. Yeah. He wasn't going to win at the end of the night because you could see he was getting to him. But he started putting the pressure on because he knew he needed to. So he covered up. When did you see Floyd do this? This is Floyd, or with Pacquiao, because he evolved to a later stage in his career where he wasn't doing that as much. His legs weren't, or he's moving, he's using his legs against Canelo. But when he fought Pacquiao, he was just pot-shotting him with right hands. And for some reason, Pacquiao, his trainer, never made an adjustment to getting hit with right hands all night long, lead right hands.
Yeah.
And they got beat basically with that punch.
Yep.
But, and listen, people say Pacquiao was compromised with his shoulder. I don't know. Looked like he threw the punches pretty good to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. But whatever. And Pacquiao's a great fighter. But Floyd, all you need to know is he went into the peekaboo and he just walked in and that's not his way, but he knew he had to. And he broke down Conor. What did it take him, 8 rounds? I think it was about 8 rounds. And he finally broke him down with the pressure. And the reason it took so long was because he was doing something he don't normally do. He realized it took him about 4 rounds to realize, oh, shoot, I might actually be losing this fight. I better freaking get on the ball here and just fight the guy. Just go get the guy, put him in an uncomfortable place where he's not used to going these rounds, where you only can do this, fight, box, and I'm gonna take advantage of my experience and being a great fighter, a great champion. I'm gonna walk him down and get it done. Do what I got to do, and that's what the great ones do, and he did it. And I think this fight with Pacquiao, a couple of the same things are there. So people forget Pacquiao's 43, but he can make you forget by how marvelous he's been performing. Isn't it extraordinary? He beats Keith Thurman, a young guy.
It's unbelievable.
A real good fighter.
Really
now,
good.
Keith Thurman had been off. There was a little stuff going on there a lot of people don't point out. But Keith Thurman had been off for about 2 years, 2.5 years with surgery and different stuff. And then he had one fight back, and he didn't look good.
No.
He got hurt. He didn't look good. Against a tough guy, but a guy that shouldn't have given him that tough a fight probably.
Yeah.
And a guy who had moved up from junior welter to welterweight. He wasn't really a full-fledged welterweight. But he beat Keith Thurman.
Yeah.
So he's like 43 years old now, Manny. And, so he's definitely not in the prime, even though he's been, again, I have to say it, he's been fooling everyone, shocking everyone, doing extraordinary. It was the 10th round. Thank you. See, that's why Rob's the best. I feel so like I'm in such a professional environment here. No, really, it's like being back at ESPN. But better. You know what I mean? Like you get it right there. Yeah, it took him 10 rounds to break him down. See?
Yeah.
Yeah, he finally got to him. And but in this fight with this proposed fight, it's not made yet, I don't think.
No, but I think they have the same manager.
Yeah, they do. Pacquiao and McGregor, they do. So probably a good chance to be made because, people love these things. They love these crossover fights with celebrity-type fighters and names where they get excited about it, and they think that it's, especially the two different sports fans, oh, yeah, the mixed martial arts guy going to beat the boxing guy. But what they forget is the boxing guy is always going to win because it's not with mixed martial arts rules.
Exactly.
It's like going in there with a lion, but the lion don't have any teeth or any claws. It's not a lion anymore. It's just a big cuddly thing that my grandson would hug. Maybe. I wouldn't let him. But, I mean, it's not dangerous. It's not really a lion anymore. And so these MMA guys like McGregor, he's going in there without his teeth and his claws. So if that's what you're looking to do, is argue who's better, it's not a fair argument or a fair judgment or contest. So, but people will come out and they will buy it. They will go crazy and they will buy it. And for me, the one thing, taking away the age, if one thing that's different than with Mayweather is Pacquiao will get after him right from the beginning because that is his style.
I agree.
His style is not to lay back. Although he's not as aggressive the last few years as he used to be. Mm-hmm. He's made a concession on that. He it's only in spots. He's not quite as good. But still, he's an aggressive fighter. That's how he made his bones. Just like I said that Mayweather made his by counterpunching. So that's the one big difference there is that McGregor will see pressure, that Pacquiao will be after him. Mm-hmm. And maybe that won't be too good for McGregor, or maybe Pacquiao 43 won't be able to sustain what he wants to sustain, even with a guy who's not a professional boxer. Mm-hmm.